CQ10, indicativo especial, Feria de Manizales, Y Kilo 6, Z.
Eco Bravo 4, Eco Bravo 4, Bravo India November.
CQ10, indicativo especial, Feria de Manizales, Y Kilo 6, Romeo Mike, QRZ.
Whiskey 2 Delta Echo Alpha.
CQ10, indicativo especial, Feria de Manizales, Y Kilo 6, Romeo Mike, QRZ. CQ10, indicativo especial, Feria de Manizales, Y Kilo 6, Mike, CQ10, indicativo especial, Feria de Manizales, Y Kilo 6, Romeo Mike, QRZ. CQ10, indicativo especial, Feria de Manizales, Y Kilo 6, Romeo Mike, QRZ.
Now, are you 5-9, 69 ready to clear? London 17 Lima 1, is that correct? Okay, roger, 7 Lima 1, Whiskey India, QSL. Thank you very much for the 5-9 report and happy 2020. Sayonara, this is Papa Juliet 2, Space Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray, bye-bye.
This is Japan, America 1, X-ray Echo Canada. Japan, America 1, X-ray Echo Charlie, over.
Okay, Japan, America 1, X-ray Echo Charlie. You're 5 and 7, 57, QSL.
QSL. You're also 5 by 7, 57 coming here near Tokyo. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. Bye-bye.
Okay, Happy New Year and sayonara. Thank you very much for the report from Tokyo. This is Japan, Japan 2, Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray, listening for Japan, over. Okay, I have Japan, Echo 1, Charlie, Sierra. What is the last letter? Go ahead.
Yeah, Japan, Echo 1, Charlie, Sierra, Whiskey. You are 5 and
7. Charlie, Sierra, Whiskey. Is that a roger? I'm not sure. Is that Charlie, Sierra, Whiskey? Is that a roger?
Yeah, Japan.
Yeah, okay, I have it. Japan, Echo 1, Charlie, Sierra, Whiskey. You're 5 and 6, 5 and 6, QSL. Okay, thank you very much, 73. Bye-bye, sayonara. QRZ from Papa Japan 2 / Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray, QRZ. Delta Mike, Whiskey Zulu Delta Mike, come again. Is that Kilo 6 to Zulu Delta Mike? Okay, I have Kilo 6 Delta Mike Zulu. You're 5 and 5, 55 QSL. Okay, thank you, Ed. Got my 5 and 7 from California. 73s and see you forward on the coax. Kilo 6 Delta Mike Zulu. Papa Juliet 2, so Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray. Bye-bye. QRZ, Papa Japan 2, so Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray. Whiskey Alpha 7 Golf, you're 5 and 7. Okay, Dan, very good. Thanks for the 5-9 report. And see you further down the coax. Happy 2020. WA 7 Golf, PJ 2, so Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray, over. Okay, 73s and PJ 2, so Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray has to go QRT. Thank you very much and see you later, maybe tomorrow. This is Papa Juliet 2 / Kilo Fox 4 Delta X-ray going QRT. Echo Tango Alpha. India Kilo 0. Echo Tango Alpha. QRZDX. I head clear back. What is your prefix?
4757, over.
Meter kit, which is down right now because I had issues with the 40-meter kit. The antenna is refurbished, and one of the elements went south on me, and I just rebuilt it. Looking forward to trying to get it back up again and see if it works for 40 meters. Also running a D3W, which is a walk band dipole, rotatable dipole, and on the top of the stack we have a 5-element M-squared 6-meter antenna. So that's the antenna situation here. Relatively new antennas, for me anyway, and just getting to try it out, and it sure makes a difference over the vertical that I used to run. K5YVY KG6AY. For sure, the antenna makes all the difference. I really struggled with this one. It took me a year of planning and permitting and construction and everything else to get it up, and still not quite complete. Like I say, the 40-meter add-on kit had issues, and I took the trap apart yesterday, found out what well, I know that was an issue. I had a loose screw on one of the coils and tighten that up, and I think that'll take care of it. Anxious to get it back up. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. The tower tips over. I don't have to climb it. The tower tips over, and since the A3S is the bottom of the stack, it makes it easy to work on. I just need an 8-foot ladder, and I can get to the driven element. So if the weather cooperates tomorrow and I can get a little help, we'll get that 40-meter trap and element back on the driven element, and hopefully it'll work this time. When it was bad, it ruined the whole antenna. Nothing worked. So took that off, and everything worked fine, other than 40, of course. Anyway, well, I'm losing my voice. I thought I could sustain here, but I'm getting over a cold, and my voice is going, so I don't think it's going to hold out.
Maybe Ben, J82SDX, or Yasu, J82MNH. Maybe they will QRV here on this frequency.
Yes, I think they're a fantastic antenna, and I continuously always recommend it to whoever I run into as a good alternative. Just a small, clean, good-looking antenna that actually works.
And I'm sorry, it went right by me. You know, Dan, I had it in my head and it slipped out. Welcome to my world. Tango.
Okay, that's why it wasn't coming up. Okay, got your flow in Virginia. Sounded good tonight. Hang on a second.
Kilo Delta 2, Lima Foxtrot Golf.
Lima Foxtrot Golf. Kilo Delta 2, Lima Foxtrot Golf. Security. Any Japan, City Japan. Hello Japan, City Japan. Charlotte.
NC6G, here in charge, you're not very strong. Maybe we can make something out of this. Indicativo especial Feria de Manizales, 5 kilos de Romeo Mike, ¿tú eres esta? CQ, DX. Feria de Manizales, 5 kilos de
Reporte para usted por acá, 59 con 10 decibeles. Sé que está hablando de Honduras y...
K5YVY and your 5x8.
K6UNR, we've talked before. VE7 Monday, Wednesday. K6UNR, Laughlin, Nevada. Very Merry Christmas. Well, I'm sorry. New Year to you. Christmas is over, and we're into 4 days. My God. Anyway, nice signal. I'm not on you, but wanted to say hello. And man, I was just blown away by talking to a station that had a double bazooka antenna. My goodness grief. I don't know that much about them, but I'm sure going to learn. Over.
Delta Bravo Foxtrot, thanks for calling your 5x7, 57 from Cuba, over.
Ok, correcto. Desde la República de Cuba lo estoy escuchando 59 a usted por acá. Si pudiera repetirme su indicación.
In my inverted V for 40 meters. So far, I'm still having trouble, so looks like maybe New Balance time. We'll see. Anyway, all right, Mike, I'm going to wish you 7-3s a belated Happy New Year, and thanks for the shout, okay?
I did work in the oil patch in southern Alberta, and I see that same.
First of all, congratulations on the nuptials there, and I know what you mean about getting house ready. I just think so we started to do some cleaning up here about maybe 3 months ago, and my goodness, the more we did, the more patching up did, the more we did, the more we did. So I don't envy your preparations there, getting ready for the nuptial. Beautiful thing over at 5959. By the way, when is the wedding, over?
Well, we're working. It's called work in progress because she has a real good job, and she has to coordinate all that. And as soon as she's doing what they call a name change, not to get personal, but she wants her maiden name back before we get married, and so she's going to do that. So we have some things on the table, but I need to get this whole show on the road because I was going to fly up there to San Jose in California, and I don't think it'll be. We figured out it'll be easier for me because I know how to do everything here. John, over.
QSL. That sounds like the way to go. I always believe in keeping it simple. I always say KISS, keep it simple, stupid to myself, and that way I always seem to work out the very, very best there, Bart. QSL.
Yeah, QSL. Well, that's what I'm trying to do, John. Yeah.
Okay, November 9, I get kilo. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Very nice. You
yeah, very good there being at Denton, Texas. Very good. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how many Dentons there are. I was going to check the World Atlas here to see how many cities out there in the world is actually called Dayton. Jim, I need to do that. You know, and I was just curious about that the other day there. But very good down there at Denton, Texas. I assume you had a nice, fairly good weather down there. I was looking at the national map here this morning, and it didn't look too bad, although it's been overcast here most of the day. Temperatures are, I guess, normal. Temperatures got around 36, 37 degrees here. It's been overcast here for several days here, Jim, so it's typical Ohio weather during this portion of the year. And anyways, like I said, you kind of fade away right there at the end. I want to hold it too long here. Run down the equipment here, Yaesu 1000 MP, and run about 7 to 800 watts here on the amplifier. And the antenna here is a short vertical phase array. Now back to you there, Jim. See if you're still hearing us. W6OSB, W8BVI.
Yeah, W8BVI, Whiskey 6 Lima, Foxtrot Bravo. Okay, very good, man. Yeah, well, there is a Dayton. There is a Dayton, Texas, not too far from Baytown, Texas. East of Houston, down there.
Quite a bit more, though. I shut down 2 stations off the 100-foot tower, antennas and what have you, so I'm just down to this Yaesu. I run an HF auto tuner. I've got a HE auto tuner, and I sent the HE auto tuner in, turned out to be nothing. It's just that you got to put a little graphite on the, or you can use the anti-seize on the shaft. I did it for 15 years, bought this one. Getting ready to send it back to the HE and works just as well as this one, except for this one you got to put a carrier in it. They say 2 to 100 watts or something. It won't do it on 2. The auto tuner, it's directly fed from the CHE out of the back of the radio into this, so I hit the button and it's already changed. I'm ready to go. I guess I'm getting lazy, boy.
Well, where am I here? WT2, Whiskey Tango 2 Tango, W2JUQ. Well, I'm not a believer in tuners. I have one here, but I very seldom use it. Any antenna I have, this is a mono band. Yours is, I guess, affiliated with other bands, but with full legal limit, with 1,500 watts, I'm looking at a Daiwa meter. It has the peak reading, and it's got the reflected and forward and reflected, the whole thing. It's barely moving off the peg. I would say it's maybe 1 or 2 watts reflected on 1,500. The tuners are nice, but they're make-believe. It doesn't change what's up at the antenna. Yeah, it makes the amplifier and the radio look nice, but it doesn't change what's up on top. If you have a 3-to-1 match, or an off match, you still only got a 3-to-1 match. Doesn't change it on top. Gene, go ahead.
The antenna doesn't care whether it's resonant or not. It's the radio and the amp that cares. You can take a 160 and feed it directly to the ladder line and feed it with a tuner. That's the only way you're going to do it. That antenna is not going to tell you. You can make it 600 foot long as long as the tuner will tune it. It doesn't have to be resonant. The radio don't care just as long as it tells it it's fine. The performance is not going to change as much, will it?
Well, sure it is. Sure it is. If you have an antenna that you put up, and I'm just using a 3-to-1 match. So now you want to use the amp and you want to go on, so you hit the auto tune. I have a tuner here too, and you bring it right down to 1-to-1 going into the amplifier, but you're still 3-to-1 up on top. Some are even worse than that. You try to tune on a band. You should to really make the thing cook. You should tune it. I mean, this is my opinion. Whatever band you're on, whatever antenna you have, it should be tuned the right way. Cut the angle, you got to bring it in or out, so that you don't need a tuner to bring it to residence.
Well, I disagree, Paul. Is it Paul or Mike?
Paul, Papa Alpha Yankee Lima, IE, Paulie.
Yeah, I thought it was. I don't know why I wrote Mike beside it. It must have been Mike that was trying to call me a little bit ago. No, listen to me. If you make a 160 halfway inverted off-center pin, the impedance on it is 200 ohms. You bring it in straight ladder line. If you take number 10, 88 foot on one leg, 166 and 67 on the other, that you're not going to tune it on the radio. There's no way you can match it because it's 450 ohms. Even if you ran coax to it, the only way you're going to bring it to residence is with an antenna analyzer. And still, you're only going to go within a few hundred kilocycles either way before that antenna's out of tune. And then you're just operating crazy. The reason why I use a tuner, an automatic tuner, I run a model bender for 40, for 20, 15, 17, 12, 15, 10 sine band, 6 meters. So whenever I hit the button, I'm on the antenna I want to go, over.
Yeah, but so the antenna is multi-band. In other words, you have an antenna up there that's multi-band. Is that right?
No. I have the only multi-band antenna I have up there is a 6-element monobander. The 6 meter is a 6-element. The 40 meter is 2 elements, over.
Okay, so then why don't you just tune the antennas to the proper frequency? Take, let's say, 20 meters. You tune it to 14, 220, 230, somewhere in there. And you cut the thing to 16 feet on either side, and if you get the right angle, you don't have to go through a tuner. Now, the impedance of the antenna is 50 ohms. Of course, on 160. I mean, I don't even know where 160 is on my radio or my amplifier or anything. I'm talking about all the other bands. I have an 80-meter inverted Z. It's got 63 feet on each side. And I tune it, you know, and then on 3755 that we're on every night, I run a kilowatt, and I got 1 watt reflected. I don't need a tuner, go ahead.
Well, good for you, because yours is not linear loaded. Wait till you get a bird on the antenna while you're talking, and it shuts everything down, and you can't figure out what's going on because the SWR is too high. When you get it full of ice, you know, and it loads up, it won't load. So therefore, you take a tuner, and you do the best you can. I've never owned a tuner before this, but I love this auto tuner. I can take and load my gutters up, you know, hit the button, it'll tune it. So that's why I use it. I don't worry about it. I just hit the button, boom, I'm there.
Okay, all right. But like I said, I just have a different way I want to work my antennas. If I have a monoband antenna, whether it be an inverted V on 80, which I cut to frequency, and the angle is so important too. When you put up an inverted V, if you bring it too close, it changes the impedance. If you bring it out too far, it changes the impedance. So you have to use the analyzer to get it pretty close to 50 ohms, and then you still have to trim it a little bit to get the length right on either leg. And I've been very successful with that, and it seems to work because I don't need a tuner. I've got the tuner here, and the only time I need a tuner is if, like, say I'm on 75, and they want to go up to, 8.3 or 4. Well, then I got to tweak the tuner a little bit so I can get full output out of the amplifier if I need it. But other than that, 40 meters is my monoband. It never has more than a 1 or 2 watts reflected, except if I get down to CW. I get down to CW, I have a 2-to-1 match, and I don't run any power down there. I'll just run the 200 watts, so that's why I use the tuner. So that extra wattage has got to go somewhere. It's either going to go in your tuner, your coax, somewhere that it's not a resident. You know, Gene?
You're thinking wrong. What the tuner is, the antenna doesn't care. It doesn't care what it is. You may lose a little loss. That's why the ladder.
So whoever these guys are, very strong opinionated about their antennas. And the louder station you hear is a solid 20 over, every now and then a 30 over. So I have to say he's doing something right with his antennas. Let's listen some more.
I don't know. I don't run the line line. That's not what my point I'm trying to make. You keep talking about ladder line and 160. I have coax, but my antennas are flat. The two antennas that I have up here right now, and I just cut one to 20. It'll be a monoband on 20, but it'll be cut to the frequency that I wanted. I'll cut it to the middle of the 40-meter band, like, I don't know, 230, 235, so I can get down to CW reasonably low or go up high. But anyway, look, to each his own. But people are tricked by tuners, and that's why people burn up balance and people burn up their equipment, because when you're not resident, you throw out 1,500 watts into you're going to tell me into the ladder line. Well, if you got a 3-to-1 match, that RF that's not going into the antenna is going somewhere. You wind up cooking everything. Anyway, Gene, I'm going to get out of here. I was watching a football game. It's behind me now, and I lost track of it talking to a nice QSO with you. So I wish you a Happy New Year. A little late for Christmas, a little late for New Year's, but God bless you. Almost 20 over 9 on your last transmission. Whiskey Tango 2 Tango, W2JUQ. Where did you steal the W2 call from?
Out of a traffic jack, Mark.
Okay, Gene. Bye-bye.
I'll tell you the story real quick. I used to carry an in-call. Back when I first got into it, I carried a double call. W call as a novice. I upgraded to a general. They stuck me with a N0 call. And you can't get them back there. You couldn't get the W calls back. So when I moved here to Georgia, I upgraded to extra about, I don't know, 11 years ago. No, it's been 10 years ago, so my license is coming up. And they gave me a AK4 Tango. I wanted a W call, and then I found out I could get a vanity call with a W. So the only one I could get was Whiskey Tango 2 Tango that was available. So I took it. That's the story. I'm sticking with it.
Okay, I had a good friend of mine just passed away. His call was Whiskey 2 Tango Tango Tango. And he just passed away, a young guy. All right, that's a whole other story. God bless, and we'll do it again. You got a nice big signal. I love your audio, too, except for that southern accent. I can't get used to that. See you later, brother.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I was born, my mother was born in Missouri. I was raised in that area. Not a Yankee. Well, actually, I was born in Pennsylvania. Then they moved south. My mother was born in Missouri, so I got a little Yankee on it on me. My great, I don't know how many greats, but he was territorial governor for Arizona in 1860. Take care, Paul.
Okay, God bless. W2JUQ. I'm going to shut it down and go back to my football game. Bye-bye.
Hey, Paul. Hello, Paul. Hello, Paul, from your brother, W4JCL.
He went to watch the game. I got another call coming in. Paul, you still in there? He's gone, brother.
Well, I guess that was all you can do. I tried to get him. I was just missed him. That's all right. I'll catch him another time, another place. This is W4JCL Jim in Zephyrhills, Florida.
Well, how you doing this evening? And you probably go over and cut his antenna. That'll get his attention.
Oh, yeah. I just knock on his door and open his door, and he sees me. That'll get his attention right away.
Roger on that. What's your name that way?
Yeah, name here is Jim. Juliet India Mike. And yours?
Gene, Golf Echo, November Echo, up here in North Georgia.
Oh, North Georgia. Yeah, how's North Georgia doing tonight?
57 degrees this morning. It's down to about 44. It was snowing a little bit ago.
Well, it was 61. Actually, it was 72 here this morning. It's now 61. We had a cold front come through. And big storm, lots of wind, lots of rain, about 3/4 of an inch of rain.
welcome to the Yankee weather.
I'm so used to it. I've been down here 27 years.
Yeah, I've only been down Georgia area, let me think, 2004. I've been here a few years anyway. 16, 17 years. That's long enough.
Yeah. It's just, it's been a long time. I'm originally from Massachusetts, born and raised in Mass. I lived in upstate New York for 16 years. Had a little hobby farm and had a great. Still have it in there from time to time, and I think it's in the neighborhood. We'll see if we can find out where it's located. Maybe get a hand on it and see if we can get that eliminated. We don't have any power lines here. Everything's underground, so I don't think it's coming from that, but who knows?
2FO, here is Whiskey Delta 4 India Papa X-Ray, Whiskey Delta 4 India Papa X-Ray.
Roger, Whiskey Delta 4 India Papa X-Ray. Nice to meet you here on 7.163. The name here is Austin, Alpha Uniform Sierra Tango India, Alpha Uniform Sierra Tango India, November. We're about 14 miles as the crow flies from Manhattan, southwest.
Okay, QSL Austin. Name here is Joe, Juliet Oscar Echo. Juliet Oscar Echo. QTH here is about 20 miles south of Tampa, Florida. The town is Ruskin. Romeo United Sierra Kilo India, November. Like I say, about 20 miles south of Tampa. And got a nice clear audio. Let me give you a signal on the next go-round.
Roger, you're about a 5 by 7, kind of fluttering there just a little bit, but you do sound great. What are you operating on down there in nice, warm, sunny Florida?
Okay, the rig here is a IC 7300 and OCF up about 35 feet or so. And actually, the weather hasn't been that great down here. It's starting to cool off just a touch. I mean, it's still crazy warm for you guys. I mean, for what you have up there, but it's starting to cool off a little bit. But it's been rainy and cloudy and pretty breezy all day. In fact, I had to readjust the antenna up there a little bit because I just got it up in the tree and the wind was knocking the tree around a lot. So some of the lines come loose and all that. So I had to tighten it back up again. They're over.
Roger, I understand you there. Yeah, it's rainy and crummy up here in good old New Jersey, unfortunately. I'd rather it be snowing than raining. A lot of people
and they seem to have a pretty active club, but they have like 6 repeaters around town, and one of them is a D-Star repeater. And I really didn't know hardly any. I knew sort of the concept, but I didn't know the details and what it took to get on. And I've been reading about it and asked a few questions at the meeting, but I'll try to make myself a little more aware. I've had a couple of demonstrations from a local guy who is not really on D-Star yet, but he's got a D-Star machine and he's working on that, but we got to listen to some. And some on the internet, of course, YouTube videos. I don't know. Maybe I'll just ask you: have you done any D-Star, or perhaps if you've got a Yaesu rig? What do they have? C4FM or something like that? But the ICOM standard and the JRC the standard seems to be D-Star. And I know just looking at all the listings and everything, there's a lot of groups around. I don't know what they call those exactly, gateways and so on, where you can link by the internet into lots of different systems. So I don't know. I haven't never been a big fan of computers and direct operation of repeater and that kind of thing, but maybe it's time I joined the 21st century. I like HF and it's the same with Cyban and CW.
By the way, there's a really bunch of RTTY signals down in the RTTY portion of the band, so they must have a contest going on. So anyway, what can you tell me about D-Star? I mean, I've been doing this for 60 years, and I've been avoiding that kind of thing, you know. I enjoyed 2-meter FM and all that back in the 70s and 80s, and, you know, did a lot of repeater erection and building and operating and controlling and all that kind of stuff. It was all a lot of fun back then. But since about 1990 or so, I've been pretty much away from VHF other than a little local FM communication. So this seems like kind of an interesting setup. W6BSE, W7FE.
LEDs and all, and looks pretty good. I don't know whether they'll try to do a picture of it in the dark or a picture of it during the day, Roger.
Yeah, Roger on that. Just depends on whether you use a flash or not, how things turn out. Try it both ways and then pick the best one and put that up there.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. I got to figure out a way to hide a bunch of wires, too. I got a 6-foot table here, and I got dual monitors for my computer and the TV up here, and oh, man, it just looks like a rat nest behind it. But I could probably do it without showing all that there, Roger.
Oh, Roger that, but I'm looking at a Mach 1 right now that's a beautiful vehicle. Oh, my goodness. You still have that?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. It's sitting out there in the garage being good. I actually took it for a little ride Thursday. It was almost 60 degrees up here, so we try to run it during the winter. If the roads are bad, we won't take it out, of course, but we do start it out and put it out in the driveway and let it run a little bit and then stick it back in the garage. But, yeah, it's out there. I tell you, that picture really doesn't do that car justice because that blue looks more like robin egg blue in there, and it's actually called grabber blue. So I'm going to have to get another picture. I'm not a very good photographer, and the lighting up there that night wasn't that right. That was actually taken in front of a covered bridge that's in Pennsylvania. It's about 10 or 12 minutes from where I live at. Up here where I'm at, I'm real close to Pennsylvania, only about maybe 5 minutes from Pennsylvania line to what they call the Mason-Dixon line, and in about 10 or 12 minutes I can be in West Virginia. So I'm right here at the real skinny part of Maryland, Roger.
Roger that. Yeah, now I'm looking at that antenna you got, or the antenna system you have. That's fantastic right there. Oh my, I'd like to have something like that here, but I just don't have the space for it.
We don't need a whole lot of room for that hex beam. It's only about 24 foot around, so if you get 24 feet, you can stick it up there. Well, that's around, so really only needs 12 feet each way from the center. But that's a 5-band hex beam, and then the antenna you see below it, that's the antenna I'm on right now, a rotatable dipole. That's a Cushcraft D40. And then I have a little 2-meter 440 off the side of the tower, and I also have a double bazooka up there. The wire antenna that you see, that's for 40 and 80 meters. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I was going to put up a 80, but don't have the distance in the yard to do it without getting into the neighbor's yard a bit, and haven't confirmed whether I can do that yet or not. So we'll have to see how that goes. My neighbor and I do get along well, though. Maybe it'll work out.
Well, hopefully for your sake it does. Kilo November 4 Romeo Charlie Charlie. This is Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie. Yeah, when you look at that picture of my tower, my land only goes about another 10 or 15 feet or so on the other side of it. So all those nice trees that you see there aren't mine. They're my neighbor's, and he's a really nice guy, and we talk and stuff too, but I've never asked him if I could stretch one of my antennas over in his yard, Roger.
Roger Roger that. It takes a real good neighbor to allow you to do that. There's no doubt about that. Well, I heard you calling the CQ. I definitely appreciate the QSO, and I'm going to let you get back to calling a few more, and hopefully you make plenty of contacts. WG3C, KN4RCC, wishing you 73 and the best of luck in 2020.
Okay, Jim. Well, I really appreciate you coming back to the call. You've been holding in there real tight about 5'9", 5'10" most of the time, or 10 over 9. So you're doing good with your little 100 watts and your I think you said you was on just a wire antenna. It's doing a real good job. We'll let you go. I hope you and your family have a great 2020, and if you ever hear us again, give us a call. Kilo November 4, Romeo Charlie Charlie, Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie. Bye.
73.
KY7HR in Cheyenne, Wyoming. George, good afternoon.
That's station in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie, Wyoming 7 Ham Radio, WY7HR. Sounding good there, George. You're about 15 over S9 this evening into Cheyenne, Wyoming. Over.
Well, thank you very much. You're 5859. I don't have the antenna pointed towards you, but as soon as we get things written down here, we will. The name's George, you get that right. We're in Maryland. We're about 75 miles west of Baltimore. Roger?
Yeah, Roger there, George. Yeah, we've talked several times, probably 3 or 4 times over the year or so. Yeah, name here is Bob, Bravo, Oscar Bravo, located in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah, just sitting here watching the football game, and whenever the commercials come on, I turn the volume up on the HF rig, and then when the commercial's over, I go back to the television. So, anyway, you sounded good. Hope you had a good breaking in of 2020. You sound as good as you did last year, George. Over.
Well, thank you very much. Well, hopefully everything stays the same. And, yeah, we had a pretty good 2020, the way it's come in. Unfortunately, my vacation's over. We've been off for the last 2 weeks, so starting Monday, I'll go back to work. But I'm ready. We've had a good time off, and now it's time to go back and, I guess, get the year started there. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, my vacation started back in April 12th, and I'm still on vacation. All right, George. Well, the football game back on, so I'll get back to it here, but just wanted to pop in and say hi to you there, and you got to put a cover on that Mustang. I'll park it in that shed, Take care, George. Good evening to you. You sounded great, my friend. Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie, Wyoming 7 Ham Radio in Cheyenne. Good day.
All right, Bob. Nice hearing you again. And the last one was in November, I think November 14th. So good to hear you again. Hope we do it many more times this 2020. And you and your family have a happy new year. 7-3 for now. Whiskey Yankee 7 Hotel Radio, Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie. Bye-bye.
Roger. Bye-bye.
K5YVY.
CQ 40 meters and listening.
WA4 Papa Tango.
I got 2 guys. A Kilo India 4. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kilo India 4, Tango Sierra India.
Okay, Kilo India 4, Tango Sierra India, Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie. Name's George, and we're in Maryland. Go ahead.
Roger, George. KI4TS signing. Here's Mitch, Mike India Tango Charlie Hotel, located in Hollywood, Florida.
about 7 miles from south of downtown Fort Lauderdale, and about 15 miles north of downtown Miami, and I'll even triangulate it a little bit better, 6 miles due west of the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay. Well, you're doing a good job up here. You're about 5'9", sometimes peaking 10 over. We're in Maryland. We're about 75 miles due west of Baltimore. Little town called Clear Spring, Maryland, Roger.
Roger that, George. Yeah, I have your QRZ page up, and that's a very nice Mustang you got there.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's like I was telling that other station, the lighting's not very good in that picture. I'm going to have to try to get another one where it's a little bit better because that blue pops more than that. But I'm not a very good photographer, and that was done with a cell phone, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. I remember the first Mustang, what was it, 64. I was in junior high school, and they came out in a powder blue. That was it.
Yep, well, that color there is called grabber blue. It's a little bit brighter and darker than powder blue, but it kind of looks like that in the picture, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Beautiful car, Russ. What kind of engine's in that?
Well, it's got the 351 Cleveland in it now, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. How many horsepower?
Oh, it's pretty much stock. It's got aluminum intake and a 4-barrel, but other than that, it's nothing major there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. When they came out, the original ones had the 289 in it. You could either get, I think, in a 6 or a 289.
Yeah, well, the very first year, everybody calls them 64 and a half, but they were titled 65, but they come out in April of 64. The first V8s were 260s, and then later on, when, the regular model year usually starts in September, October, they switched over to the 289s, so... Yeah, and then, of course, they had the 206 cylinders, but now that one was originally a 302 3-speed, believe it or not, and somebody changed it before I got to it and put a 351 Cleveland automatic in it.
Yeah, it's a very pretty car. Love the color on it. All right, listen, you're really booming in down here. Really nice signal, good audio. I also have a hex beam. I know you're working on your rotatable dipole, but I also have the old Trappy hex beam. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I love mine. I really do. And this rotatable dipole, I really like it too. Of course, it doesn't have any gain, and like right now, I'm pointed northeast into Europe, but of course, I'm catching you guys out the back. So I kind of like that, but I'd also like to have that gain of a 2-element, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. The Trappy he was the first one to have the antenna. The only problem I've had with it is he has these hard rubber insulators, and they tend to get fried. There's arcing over them, and they tend to get fried. And unfortunately, he closed his shop for I think maybe, I don't know what the reason was. And before he went out of business, I got as many of those as I could. But once they're gone, they're gone. But that's the only problem is he has a proprietary insulator with that hard rubber, and I've gone through a few of them.
Oh, real good. Well, hopefully you don't have to worry about it anymore, and they last you, but I've been pretty lucky with mine. It's been up a little over 3 years now, and it seems to be doing pretty good there, Roger.
Yeah, mine's gone through a couple hurricanes. I do have a tiltable tower, but I don't bring it down. I figured I have it insured, the antenna insured with that ARL insurance, and it's just too much of a hassle to bring everything down. I figured if it blows away, it blows away, and I'll just put up another one. But it's gone through 2 hurricanes without a problem.
Wow. Well, that makes me feel good. I hope mine's seen about 75-mile-an-hour winds, and it was wiggling around a good bit, but it's still up there. And my tower is actually a tilt-over, too, but the only problem with mine is the only way to really bring it down is when I bought it, a friend of mine's a welder. He made a tilt-over base for it, and he works on cars and races cars and everything else, and he brings his tow truck up. I climb up about halfway up the tower, and then I can live it down, and then he can pull it back up for me. So it's kind of a hassle for me too, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, mine, I had a guy who does commercial two-way radio build a bracket, and the tower is bolted to my house, and there's long screws to that bracket, so we have to unbolt it and bring it down. I've had to bring it down because of the issue with the insulators. Probably about 4 times. I think I've gone through 4 or 5 insulators, and so I don't run much. Right now I'm running 1,000 watts. I try not to run too much more than that. Occasionally 1,200, but obviously right now I'm not on the hex beam. I'm on just a plain wire, just a wire. Over.
Oh, it's doing a good job. Yeah, we're running a Kenwood TS2000, about 800 on peaks, and into that rotatable dipole there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, George. I have a 2000. I have one of those. They were a special edition where they were black. I forget what serial number that is. I'm not on that right now. I predominantly use that for basically 2 meters over, but it's a great radio. They're not making it anymore.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I think they quit last year in the middle of the year or sometime. But yeah, I've been really happy with it. I've read all the reviews, and it doesn't have the best receiver that I've ever had. I've had other radios with better ones, but I'm pretty happy with it there, Roger.
Yeah, I agree with you. The receiver is very mediocre, but the transmit audio is excellent. It's for what it does. It's a great radio for the amount of money that you paid for it. Brand new, great radio.
Yeah, yep, you're exactly right. Well, listen, I'm going to get out of here. I think there was another station calling. I'm going to pick them up real quick, and then I think I'm going to take a break for the evening. But I really do appreciate you coming back to me, and I hope you and your family have a very happy New Year. And we'll definitely look for you again. We're usually in here, during the week between 4 and 5, and then sometimes after that. It just depends on what's going on in the evening. So maybe we'll catch up with you again. Take care. Kilo India 4, Tango Sierra India, Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie, 7-3 for now.
Roger, George. All the best to you and your family. New Year filled with good health, peace, joy, abundance of happiness, and of course, good DX there, my man. So Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie, Kilo India 4, Tango Sierra India, clear.
Okay, Mitch. Thanks a lot. 7-3. If that other station's still in there, this is Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're talking about me, George, WA4 Papa Tango. How copy?
Okay, I believe it was WA4 Papa Tango, Roger.
That's QSL. Name here is Jim. You still copy, George?
Yeah, we got you. WA4 Papa Tango. This is Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie. We're in Maryland. We're about 75 miles west of Baltimore. I can see you're in Leesburg, so that's pretty short there, Roger.
Yeah. The reason I was asking if you still copy, there's a couple other folks tuning up on your signal, but I still had you. Leesburg, not too far from you. And I was listening to your previous QSOs and noticed you mentioned, or somebody was mentioning your Mustang, and I took a peek at it. And I was pleasantly surprised. I used to own a 69 Mach 1, and it was a dark green. This is in California, but it was a 428 with a Cooper jet, Roger.
Oh, man. Next to a Boss, that's my dream car. In fact, a 69, that's what I wanted when I bought that one. But I bought that one about 10 years ago when the prices were sky high, and I couldn't even get a 69 running for what I paid for that car, Roger.
Yeah. I bought that thing back in the 80s from a guy, and it was used. But it was in Hot Rod magazine. It was featured because it had one of the first, actually it was the first, Hurst chrome roll bar inside of it. And it was not appreciated in the garage. It was next to the washing machine, so I had to end up folding the tent and sold the car, Roger.
Oh, Oh, man. Well, you should have done pretty good, because I tell you, it's a very desirable car. And maybe someday I can get lucky enough to get one of them. But I like the old 71. It's different. Every time I talk about getting rid of it, the wife just gives me a dirty look, because she likes getting heads turning when we're riding down the road, Roger.
Yeah, man, that's the kind of wife I was looking for back then. It didn't work out, but that's okay. It was okay for both of us. Well, anyway, I just wanted to say hello to you. I noticed your hex beam. I also have one, but it's not up. I bought it about, I don't know, 5 to 8 years ago and never put it up. I'm kind of lazy in that regard. So I'm running with a wire about 75 feet in the air, off the trees, and I think I'm running about 400 watts. So how copy, George? Is it okay?
Yeah, you're 5758, no problems at all. I'm just sitting here looking at your QRZ page, and it looks like you got the same tuner I do. I can't tell for sure, but I think, yeah, that's an AT2K. Yeah, that's what I got. And then, of course, you probably heard me telling the other station out of the Kenwood TS2000. And I got a Meritron amp too, but mine's the AL82, running about 800. Roger?
Yeah, I almost bought one of those, and then I found a 91 Bravo Alpha for sale used, and I grabbed that thing, and it's in the shop right now. But once you get into the big guns like that, it's hard to let go of them. So I miss it. I'm running the 811 right now.
Well, it's definitely working for you, and a little bit's better than nothing, for sure. Okay, well, it's nice talking to you. Like I was telling the other station, I'm going to get ready and get out of here, but I do appreciate you giving us a holler, especially talking about the Mustang, except you make me jealous because you had what I wanted. I know there's a guy I went to school with. Every now and then I'll run into him at a show or a cruise in, and he's got a 70 Mach 1 with a 428 in it with the shaker and all. And it was kind of funny. His sister bought it brand new from the local Ford dealership here back in 1970, but he's got it now. And he's got all the books with all the options and everything you could have got with him, and it's really neat there, but it's that dark green, so I think that's what you said yours was. But anyway, we'll let you go. Nice talking to you. Hope you and your family have a great holiday, had a great holiday, and a Happy New Year. And hopefully we'll catch up with you again. WA4 Papa Tango, Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie 73.
Okay, George, Whiskey Golf 3 Charlie, WA4 PT 73, and hope to catch you later in the log. Bye-bye.
K5YVY and 4BE. This is AB4VA.
CQ, November 4, Lima Alpha calling CQ, any station 7.149er.
What's that
Thank you.
K2NRG, CQ, CQ, CQ. This is WNRG on CQ, CQ, CQ.
Whiskey started watering my grass in February. Started watering my grass in February, and it never did have any snow. March and April are our heaviest snow months. It never developed. My grass was a cotton picking tall by May. I was thinking I have to go rent a John Deere tractor, over.
There you go. That's the way it works sometimes. But you guys,
Hotel Tango Whiskey. For Whiskey 6, Hotel Tango Whiskey.
Whiskey.
How you doing, Dan?
73, have a great, happy and healthy New Year.
Thank you very much. Alpha 92 Hotel Kilo, truck portable. Alpha 92 Hotel Kilo, truck portable.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee. Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
Alpha 92 Hotel Kilo, truck portable. Alpha 92 Hotel Kilo, truck portable.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee. Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
When I took the plastic cover off of it, hell, the whole top end of it was rusted all to pieces. I went back down to Home Depot and I got a different brand today, so I'll use that tomorrow. But every can they had down there was rusted, so there was something wrong with all that stripper.
W7, CQ, California.
canceled his reservation. And so when he got there, he was really pissed off because he didn't have a place to stay.
Well, I think they would probably, they sent me an email confirmation. I'd say they would send me an email if they canceled it, don't you think?
Well, I hope they do it. Now, remember, my story is back in the early 1990s, so a lot of things have changed since then.
Yes, and it is a good story, I will say that.
Well, anyway, okay, now I know where you're at. I don't know that I'm going, but I'm thinking about it. I got some issues that I'm dealing with, but...
Of course, we all have some IMD products. Got me a card and a 6-pack of Hershey's candy bars. You know those Hershey, you know what I'm saying? I was hooked on them things, and I got off of them. And now then she brought them back in the house. So I told her, I said, better not eat but half of one. I've been sober for about a month.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I won't never see it again. I turned 60-year-old today. I know I missed a kid, but I didn't ever realize, really, I didn't realize that I was just going to wake up and be 60 years old, It was a shock, and it happened last year. I looked in the mirror, brushed my teeth, and I realized it. I said, dang. I said, I better get busy doing something, because you know what? I know we're not promised tomorrow, but I'm getting close to the end of the run of the ladder steps. I'm almost at the top.
Well, some of us already been there, Donnie.
I know it. I got a good friend uptown, one of my best friends. Well, my best friend, they're all dying out on me. One of them, when he died, was 85, and that's been 6 years ago. And one of my friends uptown now is 72.
Now, I don't know, but it certainly cleared up just a little bit.
We was getting a little snow while ago. I don't know.
K5YVY, Golf Zulu, KD0RSA, W9KJO, W0.
Things reads different on everything. I can take a 9-volt battery and the other 3 meters all show 9 volts, pretty much dead on the money. I put it on that 313 and I'm way out.
Well, there's probably a calibration.
Almost a volt.
There's probably, you can't find a book on it.
Homemade lead that I made.
The blues, I'm sure that all of a sudden we're not hearing people on 6 yet.
All right, hello, Griff. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for doing the relay. And
doing the ham fest here. I just decided to get rid of it, over.
Yeah, well, here's probably got the dudes that would get into it.
1.25 wave long.
Yeah, that'll be a quarter wave for 160.
Am I right about that, Randy?
What's that?
That on your ground radios, you at least want 1 or 2 radios to be a quarter wave long.
Well, I would say at least make them, you never want to make them all the same length. You want to just make them all different random lengths.
Now see, on that high tower that I'm getting, they want all the radios to be the same length for the highest band that you're going to, just go ahead and make the radios the same length all the way around.
Well, see, that's where some people disagree with it. They saying that'll set up like a harmonic. And some people say, no, you don't want them all even because that's what it'll do. And see, that's the reason why you have pros and cons. Some people say good, some people say bad.
And that's the reason we're all different.
That's correct. That's the reason why. What works for one person, I've been fooling with antennas for 50-something years. And I've seen what worked fine for me we could not make it work at a friend's house. I got a friend that lives up here in Bibbins, Texas. We tried everything in the world on his radio, on his vertical. And we finally just give up. And we just went to stringing wire every which direction we could, putting down any kind of poultry wire, chicken wire, anything. And we finally got enough counterpoise in that same iron ore ground up there to finally get it to work.
And you'd have thought with it being iron ore that it wouldn't have took that much to make it work.
Oh, iron ore kills it. Man, it just absorbs it, and it will not radiate whatsoever. You gotta...
CQ20, CQ20. November 6 Oscar, Kilo Uniform. And 6 OK, you calling 20 and a standing by. CQ20, CQ20. November 6 Oscar, Kilo Uniform. November 6 Oscar, Kilo Uniform, calling 20 and a standing by. CQ20. November 6 Oscar, Kilo Uniform. November 6 Oscar, Kilo Uniform, calling 20 meters. CQ20, CQ20. November 6 Oscar, Kilo Uniform. And 6 OKU, calling 20 and standing by. CQ20, CQ20. November 6 Oscar, Kilo Uniform. And 6 OKU, calling 20 and standing by. And 6 OKU, Kios White.
Anyway, 15 and 20 did have a line. Very good. Very good reception. The end of the view. Reception for the reception. What you think?
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful signal too, 20 over, sometimes a little bit higher than 20 over, but anyway. Thank you very much. Happy New Year, and nice to work you. Best 7-3. F4USK. Sorry, F5USK. This is Victor Alpha 3, Japan Lima. Thank you, 73.
Okay, Gary. Thank you for the nice impact and happy New Year for you and have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Sur the Delta Express, soyez en 5-0 inquiétude de Cédon.
Transportable A922HK, stroke portable.
Radio Foxtrot, Charlie. USL, call again, VA2 Radio Foxtrot. My name is Mike. I'm your 59 in Quebec. Roger.
I'm sorry, we need Romeo Foxtrot only, please. Only Romeo Foxtrot. Only Romeo Foxtrot. Go ahead.
Roger, VA2 Radio Fox, Victor America 2 Radio Fox. My name is Mike. You're 59 in Quebec, Fabia QSL. USL pour 57-58, Fabia, ça me fait plaisir. À quel endroit êtes-vous portable, là, Fabia, à toi?
Mon report, s'il te plaît, quel est mon report?
59, Fabien. 5 et 9, à quel endroit êtes-vous portable?
Je suis portable en bord de mer. J'utilise environ 1200-1300 watts dans une antenne avec un capteur capacité. C'est une antenne qui fait 12 mètres, tu vois. C'est un alignement de vertical de 12 mètres sur lequel j'ai foutu deux fils de 6 mètres voilà, pour faire un chapeau dessus. Et les deux radios en élévation. Deux radios en élévation. Essentiellement à 7 pieds, mais bon, tu sais,
Roger, 100%, Fabien. C'est incroyable, ça passe bien. C'est un bon 5-9 très solide ici au Québec. Merci pour le contact. Il y a beaucoup de stations qui vous appellent. 73 et au plaisir, Fabien. Bonne et heureuse année. À la prochaine.
Je sais pas, est-ce que tu peux le mettre sur le cluster, peut-être ça peut motiver les stations au Canada, je sais pas. Les gens se plaignent, les gens...
QSL, thanks for the activation.
Thank you for the contact. Appreciate it. Have a great evening. 73.
73.
Whiskey Delta 8, Romeo Yankee Victor, is that correct? Whiskey Delta 8, Romeo Yankee Victor. Roger, I copy 59 plus 10 into Philadelphia. I wish I could say the same going your way. You're about a 3333 in the kilo 2165.
Local time is 10:30 in the evening. We're just in the higher summer, so quarter past 9. A little bit lighter with the eye. I can see that otherwise we're pretty much dark. But yeah, great job, dude. That's the usual call sign, open farming. Yeah, no, the call sign are doing the significant to that because it's a bit different than the usual American treatment. Hotel Alpha November Sierra, do you know?
Well, this is the VTA. VTA's here?
We'll catch you later. November Oscar 3 Kilo.
Juliet Bravo Echo.
Well, I'll talk at you soon. Happy New Year, Jeff.
Kilo 7 Hotel Mike Bravo.
Yeah, I got Delta Oscar. Delta Oscar, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. This is Kilo 1 Japan 8 Delta Oscar. Kilo 1 Japan 8 Delta Oscar. Name here is Keith in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Over.
Grand Rapids. Anyone know if the VP8 still here? 8 in a Delta Oscar. Try it again, over.
Yeah, no problem. The call is Kilowatt Japan 8 Delta Oscar. Let me repeat that. Kilowatt Japan 8 Delta Oscar. Kilowatt Japan 8 Delta Oscar. The name here is Keith. I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I got it, Keith. Yeah. Kilo Juliet 8 Delta Oscar. KJADO. Okay, Keith. Good audio now. I don't know, earlier it was a little bit muffled, but no, I got you now. We're 40,000 feet, Mustang, those things go. Back to you, KJADO, KFIVN.
Yeah, very good. Very
good, Keith. That's all I heard.
Kilo 7 Hotel Mike Bravo.
73 Diesel, KJADO, AFIVI. Kilo 7 Hotel Mike Bravo, go in.
Frequencies in use.
Sorry, I didn't hear anybody, and I know that there is a station in Antarctica.
Yeah, we're on our way to San Bernardino, California, and we got an hour and 30 minutes almost left, so time goes fast when I'm playing on the radio. Hi. Kilo 7 Hotel Mike Bravo, Alpha 45, Alpha India Aeronautical.
this is Bravo 5 Lima, go ahead. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you too. In the northwest part of Arkansas. Sounds familiar. What's the name again? Yeah, that's it. WB5L. Now it sounds something here, Glenn. Some years ago. I think more than a couple of years, Glenn. But welcome back on 95. We're still here, over.
Florida, Denmark Radio.
6 Echo Radio.
W6 Florida, Denmark Radio.
Control BGA-FIR. Okay, you're on. Kilo Charlie 9 station, go ahead. Okay, Kilo Charlie 9, Delta Victor, Victor Papa 8 Foxtrot India Romeo, 519 to the port, thank you. Okay, let me confirm that. Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee Delta Victor, is that right? Copy the 57 Eleanor, you are 5.9 here to the postman. Thanks for the call, much appreciated. Very appreciated. Yeah, you too. Happy New Year. Okay. QRZ, BPA-FIR.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
Okay, station ending Foxtrot, Romeo, Romeo. Go ahead. Mark, Oregon. Yep, no S-meter, but you're loud and clear, right?
Roger, thanks for the contact. I just wanted to see what's going off in here up there, or in the air, right to there, and how was there to sample again, which is close to
Okay, Mark, no problem. Have a good weekend, good evening there. Whiskey 7, Mike, Echo Kilo, 73 from Alpha, Bravo 5, Alpha India. Next one I got Tango Papa. Tango Papa, go ahead. Kilo 5.
Victor Echo 3, X-ray November.
Tango Papa, over. Okay, that's the Kilo Foxtrot 5, Tango Papa. Good evening. The name here is Hans Hotel Alpha November Sierra. And we're cruising along at 40,000 feet. We got an hour and 15 left to our destination. What's the name and UTA, Joe? Very good. Name is Roger. Location is Austin, Texas. Over. Austin, okay, good deal. Well, thank you, Roger, for the contact. And I go to the next one. QRZ, this is Alpha Foxtrot 5, Alpha India Aeronautical Mobile.
Kilo Kilo 5 Yankee Victor Yankee.
November Yankee 2 Tango X-ray.
Kilo 5 Yankee Victor Yankee.
November Yankee 2 Tango X-ray.
I had a 6 America, 6 Alpha. Who is that? Thank you, Alabama. Whiskey Juliet 6 America. Got it. This is Alpha Foxtrot Alpha India.
Kilo Golf 5 Sierra Foxtrot Tango.
Yeah, I cannot say 5'9", but definitely a 5'9". Name is Monsieur Hotel Alpha November Sierra. I'm on the way to California. 73, have a good weekend. Whiskey Juliet 6 Alpha America Alpha Foxtrot Alpha India.
Kilo Golf 5 Sierra Foxtrot Tango. Victor Echo 3 X-ray November.
Okay,
W5HX.
get November Yankee 7 X-ray. Go ahead. November Yankee 7 X-ray. Are you there? Nothing here. Kilo 5 Sierra Fox Tango.
Kilo Golf 5 Sierra Foxtrot 3 X-ray November.
W5HX.
Kilo Golf 5 Sierra Foxtrot Tango.
Yeah, I got it. Kilo Golf 5 Sierra Foxtrot Tango.
Yeah, you're 5'9" into South Central Texas.
Thank you. Hotel Alpha November Sierra. And we're flying over New Mexico. Santa Fe, over.
Roger, roger. 3 X-ray November. Someone just keeps walking on you.
Okay. Well, I got your signal. I got your call sign here. K5 Sierra Fox Tango. What's the name, over?
Name is Red, like the color Romeo Echo Delta, over.
Okay, Red. Thanks for the contact, buddy. Have a good weekend, over.
Roger, roger. Thank you for the contact. 73.
All the best. November Yankee Zulu. You still there?
Kilo X-ray 4, Mike India.
November Yankee is Zulu. Go ahead. India, go ahead. Mike India, give me the call. Nothing heard. AF5AI, standing by.
Kilo 5 Yankee Victor Yankee.
X-ray 4, Mike India.
Kilo, Foxtrot 5, Foxtrot Hotel Zulu.
Hotel Echo X-ray.
I got it. Whiskey 5, Hotel Echo X-ray. Good evening. Foxtrot Alpha India Aeronautical.
Hi, good evening.
Papa Echo, over. Japan America 6, Kilo Papa Echo. Japan America 6, Kilo Papa España, over. Yes, Papa Yankee 2, Japan, Yokohama. Papa Yankee 2, Japan, Yokohama. Please confirm your call sign. Confirm for me your call sign. Over. time. One more time. I say your call. So you confirm it for me. Japan, Japan. America, America. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kilo, kilo. Papa, Papa. Echo, Echo. Japan, America 6. Kilowatt, Portugal, Espanha. Over. I have a doubt. I have a doubt about your call side. I have a doubt. I have Japan, America. Japan, America 6. Is correct? Japan, America 6. Kilo Papa Echo. Kilo Papa Echo. Japan Alpha 6. Kilo Papa Echo. Over. Sorry, I have a difficult to listen your station here. Papa Yankee 2, Japan Yankee. Papa Yellow 2, Japan Yankee. Your signal report is 3-4. 3-4, your signal report in Brazil. And my name is Florida Echo Roma. My name is Florida Echo Roma. São Paulo, South America. Over. All the best for you, my friend. All the best. Have a nice day. Good access. CSL, no problem. Direct or by bureau.
No, just sitting out here playing in the shack. What you doing?
I've been sitting here watching the movie. Some on TV, got tired sitting there. Thought I'd come out here and see if anything's going on.
Well, I ain't heard nothing. I've been playing around on HL. I ain't heard a thing but the Oxford repeater break the squelch a while ago.
Yeah, you got my HF on. Let's come out again. Probably ain't gonna turn it on.
Oh, I done busted my knee on my desk. That always hurts. Yeah, there's aeronautical on 40 meters. He was flying over New Mexico a while ago. I heard him earlier when he was coming in from Illinois, 40,000 feet, doing some kind of medical flight on a jet headed to California IE. Well, he got too much of a pile up. I quit messing with him.
Yep. Yeah, you get a good one like that on there. Hey, everybody wants to get a hold of him now.
Yep. Sure enough. Well, I'm broadcasting you worldwide as well. Just so you know, I guess. Ain't nobody watching my YouTube channel, but it's on there. I broke my darn drawer on my desk. Hit my knee on it. Try to pull that thing back out. What a mess.
Well, that ain't no fun. Sure not there. Yeah, I talked to Wayne earlier today. He said he's feeling better, but still didn't feel good.
Yeah, I talked to him for a little bit this afternoon. He was sitting there talking. I heard him make a contact, and we got to talking here on 2 meter. He just got up and left. You ever known him do that? Just totally abandoned me.
When his wife tells him to come there, he gone.
I mean, just, I was sitting there trying to talk. I transmitted a couple times, no response, and just didn't say bye, be back, nut, just gone.
Yep, I heard that, did. Yeah, he said he's hoping he feel better, go back to work Monday. I don't know.
I hate it for him. Well, I was telling him, kind of got my fingers crossed, I guess. These youngins go back to school. Ain't no telling what they end up bringing back home.
Yeah, that's right. Them kids in school, man. You are right. There ain't no telling what they'll kind of sickness they'll bring home to you.
Well, I ain't talked to nobody in a little while. I guess I've missed anything exciting, have I?
Not that I know of. I ain't heard nothing on here. I've been listening around on CB a little bit. There ain't nothing happening on there either.
Well, I know one thing that I haven't heard any more of. You got that HF vertical up yet?
Yeah, I got it up. It works good. I made several contacts on it. Made one contact on FT8 to South Africa.
Well, it's not too bad. You may have told me about you getting that thing up, messing with it. I can't remember. Can't remember. I'm going to put my 40 meter dipole up sometime, put it together, ready to try that thing out. I listened to a guy earlier tonight. I had one, I saw him going, had a heck of a signal, but I think he was running 1500 through it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of them do, WFI TV. Yeah, I've got, it gets warmer and I get a bunch of stuff behind me. I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take my 160 wire down and put me up a Delta loop.
Gonna try one of them, huh?
Yep, it works so much better than that just 160 wire. I'd rather have that Delta loop up and I had that. I think I can get it up. I don't know if I can or not. I'm going to try to put it out in the front yard. Just depends on what I do.
Well, I thought that's what you and Wayne had put up. Or is that just a 160 meter loop?
Yeah, it's a full wave, 160. It's a square looking deal anyway. It's not completely square, but it's square looking.
Okay. Well, you know he's going to argue about that Delta loop being better.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was trying to find somebody on his radio. He sent me a picture and the dial's off just about 2 clicks. He was having a fit about that, wanted it straightened up. I told him, I said, the only thing to do is get it fixed.
That's it. That old Kenwood 440 I always used, it was always about 10 kilohertz off. I'd have to, almost every station I tuned up, I'd have to, if it was upper sideband, tune up about 10 kilohertz. And, yeah, I guess it's kilohertz, whatever that the last two numbers are. Anyway, it was just a tad off too, but and that's just how I worked it. I didn't need fixing, just need to learn how to work it.
Yep. When was the last time we talked to Matt?
Man, I couldn't tell you. We tried to rally him up, wondering if he was on honeymoon weekend or something, but still didn't get no response. I don't know. He may be trapped up somewhere.
Hard to say about that, fella.
There, just timing's all.
Yeah, I've been sort of honeymoon. I've been, good evening, Sammy, Red. I've been down in Columbus during most of Christmas week, some of this week. But anyway, we back checking out the football. Heard you and Wayne in there last night, Red. I just didn't get a chance to chime in, but guys, carry on. I'm listening. AS5SM.
Heard us in here last night. I don't know if I didn't even come out to shack last night. We talked about you earlier this afternoon.
That may have been what it was.
All right, enjoy your football. Good to hear from you. I talked over you, Sam.
I said, when you get talking about honeymoon, that means something's done happened there.
One way or another.
Man, did you tie the knot?
Yeah, you know I'm not going to do that. No, we just had this time with some of her people. That's about it, really.
That was it. We ain't been doing much. We had a pretty busy Christmas. New Year's wasn't too bad. Kids, they don't never come over. They always got something else to do. We,
I had a phone call. I missed all that. Anyway, I'm back. K5YVY.
Well, the moral of the story is I can't believe I didn't set the truck on fire. But that 14 volt output, high amp output battery, man, that thing did every bit of 100 amps continuous for 15 minutes a day and still working. Can't believe it as much as it melted the post down.
Heck you say.
Well, I bet I didn't sleep 30 minutes last night.
What was you thinking about?
I ate something yesterday, it just didn't agree with me. Man, I had a indigestion last night, and I mean, it was bad. I couldn't go to sleep. Man, I tried to get me something to drink it where I could have a little relief. It didn't work. I ate about a half a container of Tom's. That didn't do no good. I didn't sleep much.
Well, I've had plenty of those nights. And I finally talked myself into taking some of my acid reducer pills every night, and that really helped me. Of course, then I quit taking them, and about a week or so ago, it started spurring back up. We had pizza or something for supper, what it was. And that got me. I was up all night again. Didn't have no medicine to take. We was all out. Everybody else done learned my secret too. I got some more.
Yeah, we went out to church yesterday. We had 8 commodes out there, and all of them needed some attention. We rebuilt them commodes. We put new flush valves. We put the feeler tube. We put the seats. Everything like that on our. And one thing, I guess, I was sort of bent over, reaching around that thing, and my chest last night was just real sore. And I think that had a lot to do with it.
Oh, Sammy, I thought I was finna have to turn the audio off on my YouTube there for a minute. I didn't know what you was gonna say about them toys. Anyway. Yeah, that probably could have had something to do with it too. Irritated you up.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, because I got up this morning, still didn't feel good, but I've got to feel a lot better over the day. And I just wasn't used to be honest with you, the time I got home, my rear end was dragging. I was about wore out.
There ain't no easy way to work on a toy.
Now, well, we thought the flush valves was bad, and they were all pieces of, it had them old ones on had the big bulb on it with a steel rod, and about half of them, that rod was nearly rusted in two, so we put them other kind in there. Then we got to looking at, had 5 of them that had the filler tube that was cracked, and that's the reason they were leaking. And we fixed them, got all that done, and we liked one. We thought we had them all, but we liked one. The filler tube was messed up in it. And we didn't have another, and I wasn't going back to get one. I told that boy out there with me, I told him, I said, I've had enough today. We'll get that another day.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere, is it?
It still works. What it'll do, it'll drain that water down. About every 10 minutes, come on, run about 10 seconds, 5 seconds. So they can still use it. Everything's good to go. I'm just glad to get all the others fixed. Well, I seen where old Martin down there was ready to retire.
Who?
Martin down there at MFJ.
Oh. Is his name Steve or Steven as well?
No, it's Martin. I don't know what the F it is. But Jew or something like it. But I seen where Ray Novak put on there that he flew in down there to go to the retirement party for him.
Well, that's who I thought that was in the picture. But then somebody commented and said Steve or Steven, and he said yeah. So then I looked at the picture again, and I said, well, maybe that's a different fellow. But I thought it looked like Mr. Jew.
Yeah, now I might have misunderstood it, but I thought him being in that picture, I took it for granted that he was fixing to retire. Said he'd been down there 40-something years, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Sound like him anyway, it might not be. Yeah, that's something. I think the last time that I was down there, they talked about he was kicking around the idea to retire. If it's him gonna retire, I figure he'll still be large and in charge. He just won't be here as much.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. He'll maybe kick back a little more. So, yeah. Let's see. Stephen Pan is who they're calling that guy in the picture.
Well, it might be. It might be one of Jew's buddies, Rick.
Yeah, I guess so. There's several folks. Congratulations, Stephen Pan. Congratulations to Stephen. It's been a short 40+ years. So, I had to take a double look at the picture, and I think Mr. Jew, he always wears glasses, don't he? This fella don't.
Yeah, probably right. Probably right. There's somebody in the company that move up, probably. Can't think of that guy's name down there that I'm trying to think of. He'd probably move up.
Old Garrett should have stayed down there. He could have moved on up, probably. But he had to join the military and go to Japan.
I did. I think of that guy I'm trying to think of. Most times you call down there, see who you talk to. I can't talk to think of his name.
Trying to think what all brands they got. Oh yeah. Let's see. Dadgummit. That guy you talking about, you gave me his name and I put him in my phone. I can't remember how I put him in there, but I bet that's who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Sure can't. But I know him when I see him, but I can't think of his name right now. Well, we got a HamFest coming up there 24th and 25th in Jackson.
Jackson, Mississippi, Jackson, Tennessee.
Jackson, Mississippi, Capital HamFest. I think it's 24th and 25th of January.
I bet you don't make no more deals with Wayne. He buy one, you will too.
Yeah, I ain't buying nothing. Yeah, he never did buy that radio, did he?
No. He went cheap on him. He bought a cheaper radio, a lot cheaper radio. Thought that would count.
Yep. Well, he sure told me that. Yeah, I put my vertical up, and the only thing I'm going to have to do is, all the bands are tuned, but there's a couple that won't tune on the high or low, and I'm going to make me a list of that, and we'll lay it back down, sort of modify that a little bit, and that's about all I'm going to do, that thing.
Have it pretty whooped in, huh?
Yeah, I got it up about 12 foot off the ground, something like that. Well, I'm gonna say I got any bread. I'm finna get out of here and go back in yonder. Watch a little TV. Been here about 9:30. I think I'm going to bed. I didn't get no sleep, and I'm about ready to go to bed. So have a good one. Enjoyed it. WFI TV out.
Alright, Sammy. Good to talk to you. Say hello. Hope you have a better night and get a little more rest. This is K5YVY. We'll be listening.
Uniform Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for the 5-9. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Thank you. I wish you and the family and all friends of USA well back to 2020. Thank you for all the best. Thank you. From Papa Yellow 2, Japan Yellow, 580, 5-9 your signal. Over. Thank you, thank you. Every three, all the best. Take care, my old man. Take care. Over. Take care. Thank you for all. Papa Yellow 2, Japan Yellow. Over. Yankee Mikey Foxtrot, over. Okay. Thank you, my friend. I have Yankee Mikey Florida. Confirm it becomes the propagation of Casey Baker to Brazil. Kilo, Romeo, number 4. Yankee Mikey, Florida. Here, Papa Yellow 2, Japan Yellow. Over.
With this amplifier that he owned, that I bought from his wife then.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, it's a pleasure every time I speak to you there. Go ahead.
Yeah, you too. And I shared the idea, shared that you were going to do this out on the internet there. And how have you been doing? Have you been working a lot of contacts so far? You been having fun?
Oh yeah. I did the special event from the 1st. I'm going to finish on the 7th. I have racked up free and
Coming back to my call. K5YVY Miami.
Anybody, Tim, call them in. All right, yep, we will do, but, you know, I don't want to step on top of anybody, so figured when it's my turn there and I hear them, I'll let you know. Most of the people I'm chatting to, I speak to every night, and they're pretty hard-weathered, you know. They put up with the crap off me, so you'll be hard pushed, you'll be hard pushed to upset them. I haven't managed it, and I'm pretty good at it, really.
Oh, yeah, Dave's an expert. Don't worry about that.
That's right, Jerry. Oh, dear me. Anyway, Tony, go ahead. G6 is a YPK.
John Walpole in Texas, your last. Here, São Paulo, Brazil. Papa Yankee 2, Japan, Yokohama. Over. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. All the best for you, my friend. Thank you. I send to you and your family one great 2020. Thank you for all, my friend. Thank you. All the best. Thank you. Bye-bye, February 3. Thank you. Bye-bye. February 3, bye-bye, thank you. Papa Yankee 2, Juliet Yankee, over. Alpha Charlie. Alpha Charlie 9, Delta Zulu. Papa Yankee 2, Japan, Yokohama, over. Here, my friends. Thank you for coming back. My name is Florida, Oklahoma, São Paulo, Brazil, South America. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Your signal report 5758. We don't have a good propagation, Brian. But your signal, I don't have a problem to listen. Alpha Charlie 9, Delta Zanzibar. Papa Yellow 2, Japan Yellow, over. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. All the best for you, my friend. All the best for you. Everything good, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. February 3. Bye-bye. Thank you. Papa Yellow 2, Japan Yellow, calling, over. Delta Zulu. Delta Zanzibar, over. Oh, my bad. Nancy Baker. Please, my friend, repeat your call. Sorry, I don't understand. Here, Papa Yellow 2, Japan Yellow, over. Base station calling, please. Papa Yankee 2, Juliet Yankee, over. Hello, 20 meter band. Papa Yankee 2, Juliet Yankee, calling. Twenty meter band. Papa Yankee 2, Juliet Yankee. Papa Yankee 2, Japan, Yokohama, over.
United Radio. You're about a 5 and 8, 58 in North Carolina. Over.
Cuando se fue, es un argentino, Kilo, Delta Fort Charlie Kilo Lima, es el argentino.
Buenas noches, señores. Adelante. ¿Quién me está grabando? Camboy Esteve. Yo le dije.
Oye, ya lo están grabando. O sea, no es Camboy Esteve, es este hombre argentino.
A month and a half to get it refilled, but
incarcerated. They call it prison ministry, and I think you found it from.
He's got me on the old gonads a couple times.
Anything like that, I would never join any organization that would have me. Over.
Yeah, right. I feel the same way.
That includes amateur radio. Yeah, one guy said, I want to be on the first on the list for them to come and confiscate my gun. You know, he'd be crying like a little baby.
I just bought it at HamShack last year. And then, you know, life gets in the way.
Oh, I know how that goes. So what are you using right now?
I'm just using a dipole.
Even though this is not a net night, we've got it open, so if you don't have that on your computer, go to netlogger.org. It's a free download, and it's a ham program, so you're not going to get all kinds of spam. You won't get anything. It's just a bunch of geeks that run it. But they're nice geeks. They're our geeks. They're ham radio geeks. Anyway, the Michigan station, get on out there. You increase your mod a little bit, your modulation, your gain. Let's see if we can hear you down here. Go ahead. I think so, yeah. Just...
Yeah, now the Proxen has worked for me, okay, with a headache. But it also...
Up in the living room, and of course, all of our phones are hooked into it, and two or three tablets, and then.
Some kind of site that you're registered in.
And then I take that, and it's got those, you know, I should take a picture of it.
That's kind of interesting. There ain't nothing running there. No heater, no nothing, no computer, no nothing.
This key up don't say nothing. Oh, yeah. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, it was pretty loud.
And regulation's high.
Pull it down some or something, because this, like I said, it's pulling in something. I don't know what it is, but it's sure pulling it in.
Man, hell, I may have done twisted the wrong knob over here at some point in time. I'll have to look and see. As far as I know, I hadn't checked. I haven't fooled with any settings, but that don't mean I ain't got twisted the wrong knob one night, because I do have a lot of outboard stuff over.
You don't... Yeah, well... I don't believe I've ever heard that on your radio over there, but anyway, you got a little something. A little something going on. I don't... Buzz with smoking. You hear more wire rings, too.
Yeah, fine brush, that's that. Hey, people.
Your ham radio related devices, your assistance is especially needed.
It would be a big help to your fellow Handyham members if you would record a tutorial or product review. These need to be recorded in MP3 format, and the Handyham program reserves the right to edit the recordings as needed before publishing in the members-only section of the handyham.org website. Please contact me if you have any questions. I want to say a big thank you to those who have made or volunteered to make tutorials for the members-only portion of the website. We've already had a number of members step up to offer their services, and their help is greatly appreciated. We also have some new readers who are working on some books, so keep watching for website updates as we add more content. Step into our Handyham net. Everyone is welcome. How to find the Handyham net? The Handyham Echo Link. Connect via your iPhone, Android phone, PC, or on a connected simplex node or repeater system in your area. The Handyham VMR talk group on Brandmeister is 31990.
A 50-gallon, the middle of the line. Well, you're not the only coax guy right now, John, because I'm using it to my inverted L. So I'm transmitting through coax right now. And if you use coax for the right application and the right circumstances and stuff, it's okay. And I mean that, ideally,
Power Mark. A big thank you to all of our net control staff.
And all of a sudden it just died.
All I remember is when that lightning struck. What?
Here, so that's certainly a good thing. I don't have a picture of the tower up that I have currently. I'm currently have a 54-foot tower with a 20-foot mast in it. That's kind of how I get to that 70-foot up top. Over.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be very nice. Yeah, no, with me, 35 feet on both ends is about as high as I can go without raising the ire of the neighbors. And
All right. Well, I'm on ICOM radio also. A little bitty thing. It's intended for mobile use, which I run it many miles mobile. I just pulled it out here out of the closet. It's been setting up collecting dust for a few years. And hooked it on an old pair of homebrew 813s, and I thought, well, I'll run that pair here for the holidays, and that's what I'm doing. And you got to hook it just right. Just right.
We use QRZ with it, and we usually don't run no contests or nothing.
Dan, I would tell you that the Hex Beam, they make a couple of telescopic type masts.
Here, Charlie. Jeff in Colorado, you and your fun machine, your turn.
If you ask her to relay for me, she's just going to punch me in the shoulder. I'm going to try one that I need here. It's a long shot. Kilo Charlie 1, Mike, Echo, India, KC1 MEI. Do you copy K0 JSC and the club W0 off you on over?
Roger that.
Audio is clear, crisp, and I don't have any complaints on the audio. You're about a 5.7 here, solid 5.7 into Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. I'm about 20 miles southwest of Gettysburg. Real quick, the operating conditions, I've got an ICOM 7300.
WXLVP, KC5ACZ.
Yep, that's all ahead, Gary. Take it away.
Roger, Roger. John, if you're monitoring, you are number 14, number 14.
MEA, K5YVY. Okay, Lee, no problem. And again, welcome back to the hobby, and I'll be sending you a QSL card. I've had a couple other first-timers either come back in the hobby or new hams, so I'm going to send you a card in the mail. How about that? Anyway, thanks, and hope to work you again down the log. And there are quite a few good openings. The bands may sound quiet, but they do open. Been a lot of good DX lately. The 75-meter DX window's been open just about every night. So anyway, talk to you later. Have a good evening. Whiskey Delta 4, Mike Echo Alpha, Alpha Bravo 5, Victor Juliet.
No dice with a TR4. I mean, if you had a TR4 with no RIT, you were stuck. You know, wherever your dial was is where you were transmitting and receiving. But it wasn't a problem back in the 60s or the 70s. But today, people don't seem to be so tolerant about not being exactly on frequency. K2DGM, K5YVY.
I'll tell you what, you can't get that many good reviews on eHam or any of those other places, and I'm real picky.
QSL, no problem at all. Victor Alpha to Juliet Tango. How you doing, buddy? QSL, you're 5 and 7. 5-7 this evening, over. QSL, Jim, no problem at all. And good sounding station as always. Victor Alpha to Juliet Tango, J69 Zulu, so K3 Lima Papa, over. 73, J69 Zulu, so K3 Lima Papa, QRZ.
Juliet.
59 with the Oscar, 59.
Also 59 stays in 73.
73 and good evening, J69 Zulu, so K3 Lima Papa.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
7, Radio, Mexico, Kilo.
Okay, Kilo 5.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
Juliet, Victor, Yankee.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee, 59.
And QSL, you're 5, 9, and 10 over Mississippi, Mike Sierra.
QSL, no problem, beautiful copy. 5 and 9, 73. November 7, Radio, Mike. November 7.
November 7, Radio, Mexico, Kilo.
Okay, Radio Mexico, Kilo, 59.
You're a 5757 in Las Vegas. The name is Ryan. Have a happy New Year down there, Ernest. Thanks for picking me up. You're my first contact with my new privileges. Thank you.
QSL, no problem at all, and you're working with my special call in the memory of good old friend Kilo 3 Lima Papa. The call is Juliet 69 Zulu stroke K3 Lima Papa.
QSL on the J69 Zulu stroke India Lima Papa.
Oh, Kilo 3 Lima Papa.
Kilo 3 Lima Papa, QSL.
Roger. 73 and Happy New Year.
73s and a Happy New Year to you. Thank you.
Yeah, 69 Zulu stroke K3 Lima Papa, QRZ.
Kilo 3 X-ray Hotel.
Whiskey 0, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot. 1 Zulu Tango.
Kilo 4 Zulu Sierra Tango.
Kilo 4 Zulu Sugar Tango, 59.
Here also 59 is Virginia, Ernest.
QSL, beautiful copy. 519 likewise, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Take care.
73 J69 Zulu. Okay, 3 Lima Papa, QRZ.
Kilo 3 X-ray Hotel. Juliet Tango.
Kilo to United, Quebec Tango, 59.
Roger, thank you very much. You're 59, about 50 miles north of New York City. Name is Tom. Over.
QSL, Tom, QSL, the name is, over.
Okay, Ernest, 73, Happy New Year. Thanks again.
73 J69 Zulu, stroke K3 Lima Papa, QRZ.
Kilo Bravo 3 Zulu Juliet.
Zulu.
Kilo Bravo 3 Zulu Juliet.
Kilo Bravo 3 Zulu Juliet, 59.
QSL, you're 59 in the state of Maryland. Mike Delta, name here is Neil, November Echo Alpha Lima, 73s.
QSL, the name is Ernest, 73 and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
J69 Zulu, stroke K3 Lima Papa, QRZ. Alpha Delta 5, Papa Radio. Again? Juliet 69 Zulu, stroke Kilo 3 Lima Papa, QRZ.
Kilo 3 X-ray Hotel.
Who's the Victor Alpha? Victor Alpha, Free Mexico, Oscar 59. QSL 59 plus 73 and Happy New Year. Juliet 69 Zulu, stroke K3 Lima Papa, QRZ.
Kilo 3 X-ray Hotel.
Whiskey Delta Foxtrot. Whiskey Papa Alpha 2. QSL Papa Alpha 2 Lima Oscar 59. 73 and good DX station ending in Foxtrot. Whiskey 0, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot. Whiskey 0, Whiskey Delta Fox. QSL, you're 59 into the state of Iowa tonight. QSL, Whiskey 0, Whiskey Delta Fox 59. QSL 59, thanks for the contact into St. Lucia. You're most welcome, 73 and Happy New Year. J69 Zulu, stroke K3 Lima Papa. 55 Charlie Hotel Alpha 59. QSL, Happy New Year. 73 J69 Zulu, stroke K3 Lima Papa, QRZ.
Kilo 3 X-ray Hotel.
Over there was wearing some of those earplugs. It was
All States Award. All right, W4 Sugar Papa Delta. I can't read my screen. Is that 6932? Can you give me your Ole Miss number? Going to the eye doctor on Monday. Thanks a lot. Please copy 10986 or 5920 over New Jersey.
Man, you're loud. Import JT, almost early 40. Oh, I gotta go to the litter box. Thanks for sharing. Kilo Golf 5 JM. Can you, Jimmy, can you do a couple?
Kilo Alpha 3 Tango Charlie Bravo. Kilo Alpha 3 Tango Charlie Bravo. Dollar, your turn, K5YVY.
All right, Whiskey 4. Call sign, please. Go ahead. CQDX, Echo Alpha number 8, Delta Alpha Oscar, Echo
N8R, did you get your amp tuned?
Oscar, searching for USA, Echo Alpha number 8, Delta Alpha Oscar, searching for USA, Echo Alpha 8, Delta Alpha Oscar, calling from Canary Island, and listen.
Echo Alpha 8, Delta Alpha Oscar. It's November India 8 radio calling.
Okay, I copy you, but I cannot understand your
M7QXB.
Can you repeat it slowly in an international code? Go ahead.
November India 8 radio. November India 8 Romeo.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for repeating your call sign to me. Maybe it's November India number 8 Romeo. Okay, your signal report 5x9. Very good, a strong signal right here in Canary Island. Gregory from Ohio, are you?
Roger, that's a Roger. Very nice signal here into Ohio. You're 5 and 9. 5 and 9. Into Central Ohio. The name here is Greg, as you have it. Golf Romeo Echo Golf. And thank you for the contact. 73.
Okay, Gregory, thank you so much for the contact and very happy new year. Thank you again, and I hope to see you soon.
73s, and Dan, go up 8 and I8R.
Echo Alpha 8, Delta Alpha Oscar, QSS.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Papa.
M7QXB here. Yeah, it sounds like you got a fan club going here.
Whiskey Alpha Papa, repeat your call sign, go ahead.
I can just barely tell that they're there. I can't make out anything intelligible.
Whiskey Alpha 5,
enjoyed chatting with you.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Papa.
That's kind of the way it works out here. 160 is a lot, pretty noisy for me, so it's pretty hard to hear anything.
Picking on my call.
And also too on 160, for some reason I tend to be more north-south oriented than east-west. So. Anyway, it's good to meet you and good to chat with you. I'm going to turn you loose here and let you talk with some more of those folks back east that I can't hear. Anyway, N7QXB or NI8R, good talking to you. N7QXB.
Okay, your signal report is 5x6. I would like to know what my signal report. Christopher from Texas, are you? Okay, thank you for my 5x7. Your 5x6, 5x7, more or less. Okay, thank you so much for the contact. All the best to you and your family in this Christmas time. Very happy New Year 2020. And I hope to hear you soon for say hello again, my friend Christopher. Nice to meet you. You're welcome anytime. Thank you so much for the contact. And 73, Whiskey Alpha 5, Papa, Echo Alpha 8, Delta Alpha Oscar, back to you. Okay, 73, Echo Alpha 8, Delta Alpha Oscar, QSS.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
November, Quebec, number question mark, Foxtrot, go ahead.
3, November, Quebec, 123, Foxtrot.
Okay, November, Quebec.
Quebec 3 Foxtrot. Okay, November, Quebec 3 Foxtrot. Your signal report is so strong. I don't know what your signal report can I because I don't see this meter. I will let you know what's my signal report and I give you signal report and it's coming up. Go ahead. Okay, you're reporting 5859, 5859. Good strong signal. Okay, you're 5x9 also. You're 5x9. Strong signal right here in Canary Island. You are in East Coast. You are in East Coast only 5,000 kilometers between us. Okay, thank you so much indeed. Merry Christmas and happy 2020. I would like to hear you soon for say hello again, my friend Kenny. Okay, thanks a lot for picking up my call, and I hope to hear you soon. November Queen 3 Foxtrot, Echo Alpha 8 Delta Alpha Oscar, back to you.
Okay, Raul. Sounding good as always. And thanks for working me. Echo Alpha 8 Delta Alpha Ocean. November Quebec 3 Foxtrot 73. All the best.
73, Echo Alpha 8 Delta Alpha Oscar, to your set. Kilo 2. Kilo India.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
Kilo 4, Zulu Tango.
Juliet Tango, Kilo 4, Juliet Tango is okay?
My call is Kilo 4, Zulu Tango, KK4ZT roll.
Kilo 4, Zulu Tango, Kilo 4, Zulu Tango is okay?
Yeah, Roger.
Okay, thank you so much indeed for repeating your call sign to me because I don't understand, so right now I got it. Okay, I don't know what to say. The report Fred from North Carolina because I don't see this meter. I would like to know what my signal report and I give your signal report coming up. Go ahead.
Roger, Echo Alpha 8 Delta Alpha Oscar from KK4 Zulu Tango. Roll, you're 5 and 9, 59 in North Carolina. And good to talk with you again. It's been since July of this past 2019, so almost 6 months since we last spoke. Nice signal. Fan conditions not very good tonight, though, Roll. EA8 DAO from KK4 Zulu Tango.
Okay, Kilo 4 Zulu Tango, your signal report is 5x7. Very good copy. Without trouble for understand all your comments. Okay, thank you so much indeed for picking on my call. Merry Christmas and happy 2020. And I hope to hear you soon for saying hello again, my friend. You're welcome anytime. Okay, thank you so much. You're 73. God bless you. Kilo 4 Zulu Tango, Echo Alpha 8 Delta Alpha Oscar. Back to you.
Yeah, 73's roll, and best of 2020, and hope maybe you make lots of DX contacts, and maybe I'll be one or two of them. 73's, and take care, my friend.
Okay, thank you so much for the contact. 73, Echo Alpha 8 Delta Alpha Oscar. Curious.
Kilo 5, Yankee, Victor, Yankee.
Mexico. Mexico, Kilo November, Mexico, go ahead.
Kilo 2, Sierra Charlie Hotel.
Yeah, thank you. Kilowatt November 2, Mexico. Kenyenzi, number 2, Mike, over.
Okay, thank you so much for picking my call. Kilo November 2, Kilo November number 2, Kilo November 2, Mike. Maybe are you? I'm not sure. You confirm right now. David from New York, are you?
Roger. Yeah, this is Dave from New York, and you're 5 and 9, over.
Okay, you're also 5 and 9. You're strong signal. Very good copy, David. Thank you so much for picking.
Fun to get around here, so I'll go back in the monitoring mode. Raul, nice to hear you on.
To isolate the mic. Man, I don't mind. Go ahead. I mean, it'll
it'll help you isolate your problem, and if it cures it, then you know where to start working on the microphone issue.
Yep, I'll be around. I just got to use the little boy's room, so I'll be back. ABABC.
And I'll be standing by. Mark, Kilo Victor 4 Victor Oscar.
If you've got a way just to, disconnect your coax, maybe, as it comes into the shack or something like that, that would be a good, simple way to protect it. But, if you've got a half acre, the backyard ought to be pretty decent size, and you could probably put something up fairly secretively using, like you said, either an in-fed wire or maybe you could use a fiberglass mast or something like that, and